Hello, Clint here, Crimson Landscape. Alrighty, here to talk about your outdoor living design. Alright, here's what we got. When we look at an outdoor space, we look at three key things. One is how you're going to use the space. Two is how can we maximize the layout of your backyard that's efficient for usage. And three is the overall way we put it all together to meet your pricing or budgetary expectations. And we certainly can do things in phases. So that's what we came up with this project, is something that is scalable and can be grown over time. A lot of these decisions that we make is based on how the sun, of course, lays out as well in relation to your backyard. So I looked at putting the structure where this red thing is, but it just kind of blocked part of your window, ended up going over the window, and I couldn't get symmetry. So it made sense for this side of the yard to be a green grass space for the families of a play area. Also, grass is going to grow over here based on how the sun shines over here, so I think it makes sense to keep this a grass, future trampoline, future slide, future something play space for the kids. Down the road, you could always make this space turf as well. All right, for the patio slash outdoor living space, you got your fire pit area, you have your dining area, and you have your shade structure area. You certainly can flip the dining area and the living area under the shade structure as well. So let me zoom in. So you see I separated the spaces based on these gaps in the concrete, which we put river rock in there. We can make it one all big concrete pad if you like, no big deal, your choice. This just gives a little bit of aesthetics, breaks the space up just a little bit so it looks nice and unique. All right, let me show you underneath the structure. So the structure is built integrated with the house. It will look like the house with the exception of in this ceiling I did a pine ceiling to lighten the space up, which you use a natural seal on it. It looks really pretty. Then of course light, ceiling fan. We can add heaters, we can add speakers, lots of cool stuff we can add. I wouldn't get into details of the structure since this is currently probably not in this phase, just the layout what matters to me. This makes the most sense from an outdoor space based on how it's being used. Let me turn this way so you can see it from this angle. Okay. This angle. Okay, so you see the sun shines from the south. Let me show you something from this angle. Go right here. Okay, so this is at 11 a.m. Let me go to the summer. So this is 11 a.m. July 4th. Let's do that. 11 a.m. July 4th. All right, now watch the sun start casting a shadow on your dining room table. So now it's 4 p.m. 5 p.m. So now you see this shade structure also will be used to cast a shadow on your dining area. So this is also under shade now as well. The drawback is, we talked about, is the sun does kind of shine through here on this side. Certainly could do a screen on this side to block that in. But it just the grand scheme of how your backyard lays out, this makes by far the most sense and how everything fits in the in space. So behind this area back here, we have the plant bed area. I used a concrete border just because for aesthetics, because it's easy to maintain long term. You never have to mess with it. Super safe for kids. We certainly could do a steel edge border if you want to save a little bit of money. Let me go back to daytime. Oops, I'm sorry, I went too far. Okay, so there's noon now. Okay, so you get the gist. All right, let me turn it over to nighttime. And there's night. Okay, so we get some lights around the edges. You can see. Let me go let you see the structure. Structure underneath there. Nice and pretty. Again, this is my vote. I like this layout a lot. I think this makes the most sense. Okay, let me go to option number 2. Option number 2 is I flipped the structure to a different style structure. This is a shed style structure we put in the yard. The overall footprint is about the same. Not sure where the gate's going to land, so what I can do is elongate this pad as well. Depending on where the gate lands, we can adjust this pad, or we can adjust the dining pad for the gate. So the gate's a solid concrete up to the gate. Okay, go over this way to the structure. So we got the gap in here where you can pull in some western sun for grass to grow along the foundation of the house. We can do some landscaping along the house if you like. So along this area right here, we can do some landscaping if it makes sense. We can do our artificial turf in this area, just this one little space as a multi-purpose area. Kind of the sky's the limit. This one is going to be more of a traditional medium brown cedar color. If we go with this style structure, we certainly could paint it and go with a pine ceiling if you like. But the goal is still met. We have the dining space, we have the lounge space, and we have the living space or covered space is still met. Whichever one you go with, we can certainly set it up for future structure. I just think the other one, it seems to make more sense based on your layout and how I think we would use the space. And of course over here is still the multi-purpose space for the kids for future usage for, kicking a soccer ball or whatever. Okay, lights are the same, so let me go lights. Yep, lights, there they are. Still the same concept. You go high level to both of them. Let you see both of them at the same time. So like I said, I can adjust this concrete pad or this concrete pad to longer to line up with the gate. That's not a big deal. I just kind of best guessed because I wasn't sure what was that. So again, this is number one. I think number one is where it's at. So in your case, what we do is we come in, demo everything, set the concrete, set all your irrigation, set your drainage, then we stop. Once all that's done, then we go to phase two whenever you're ready, which would just be the shade structure. We certainly could finance a new shade structure as well if you want to do it all at one time to knock it all out. And of course, repair your grass and all that good stuff for you. I left a tree stump in the corner to signify the tree. If I put the tree in the design, of course, you wouldn't be able to see it. So it would block the overhead views. That's why you have a tree stump. All right, so let me pause here. I'll send you this video, let you consider the options, which one you like better, would make sense for you, then we can price out that option. If you have any questions, please let us know. Happy to do a Zoom call with you to walk through this real time. Or if you're a first-time guest and you want more information about our design process, you can contact us at crimsonlandscape.com.